Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Poor Man Pedals. This week we've got the Behringer NR300 noise reducer. It's a pretty okay noise reducer. I'm going to go from the Ibanez straight into the amp, see what we can do there, and then we're going to do the same thing, but I'm going to include the Boss DS1 distortion pedal to add a little bit more noise in there and see if we can see a more drastic change in reduction as well. So it's a really straightforward pedal. You've got your in, your out, then you've got a send and return just like an effects loop. So you go out from your send and then you can loop it. A lot of the times people really like to put their noise pedals just in the loop. I'm not going to show that today. I might show that in another video. So basically send out to overdrive, distortion, any other, like any boost pedals or anything else that's going to create noise, and then it'll go from that last pedal back to the return, and then it'll go to the out to any other pedals or your amp, however you have it set up. I'm not going to show you that though. I'm just going to go guitar, pedal, amp, and then guitar, boss pedal, this guy, amp. Just in a nice linear line, show you what that's like. It's got two knobs, the threshold and the decay. The threshold determines how loud it goes before it starts activating, and the decay is how gradual it gets. You can have it set up to be very unnatural sometimes, depending on how things are. So you do want to be careful of that. I'll show you. I'll see if I can get an example of that for you as well. It's also got two modes. It's got mute mode and reduction mode. What reduction mode means that the pedal by itself not activated is going to do nothing. And then once you activate the pedal, it'll go ahead and begin reducing. It'll start working and just reducing the noise level so it's not as loud. You don't get as much hiss when there's no sound coming through. Just doing a normal reducer's job. You switch it up to mute. Without it being active, it's doing that reduction, it's doing that reducing, trying to keep the noise to a minimum. You activate the pedal, it mutes the signal. Nothing's coming in or out when you play, no matter how hard you try. It's just a complete mute. If nothing else, it could be a great mute pedal if you need one. But we'll go ahead and I'll show you what we can do with this guy. Well guys, I have the pedal on the floor set up and everything's at 12 o'clock and we're on the reduction section. So here's just a clean. Now let's go ahead, throw in that pedal and see how it works. Off, on. Not too much of a difference here with this clean signal. We're going to go ahead, I am going to adjust the threshold and decay real quick, and then we'll go ahead and I'm going to briefly show off the mute function. It's really simple. Actually, let me do that first, then I'll play with the controls. Mute function, really simple. It goes, and as soon as you activate it, mutes it, otherwise it just reduces. But I'll play with that for a little bit, but then I'll throw in the Boss DS1, which should give us more noise to better hear the differences. So let's take a look. Not much of a difference, so we're going to go ahead, we're just going to put in the DS1 and take it from there. Okay, so I'm going to keep the pedal cam focused on the noise reducer, but I have thrown in the DS1 distortion pedal, and I'm going to go ahead. Here's a clean tone real quick. And now I'm going to kick in the DS1. As you can tell, there's a good amount of noise when I click in the DS1. Gonna turn it off. Back on. Good amount of noise. Good time to show off a noise reducer pedal. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and click it in now. So I've gone ahead, I've switched it over to mute, so now without activating the pedal it just counts as a reducer. So let's go ahead. As you can tell, it's already very quiet. I'll go ahead and just show you what that. There you go. There's some samples of the NR300 noise reducer pedal from Behringer, just to give you a small taste of what that little guy can do. As you can tell, it's a good beginner noise compressor or noise reducer or noise gate. It's not the best in the world, but at the price, it's pretty hard to beat. So yeah, go ahead, like, subscribe. Don't forget to leave comments about what you want to see below. Just a reminder, I am planning on starting a series of doing more combinations of pedals. So things like the DS1 and the SF400 Super Flanger, just to show you what those can sound like paired up. I'm also considering doing a demo of my orange micro dark amp. It's very affordable. It's a hybrid amp, so it's part solid state, part tube. Very powerful amp, very good amp in my opinion. It sounds great. I'm thinking of doing a demo of that as well. So go ahead, let me know if you're excited for that in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe and catch us next week.